Why do we have more advanced tools for managing stress than any generation before us? Yet anxiety and burnout continue to climb. Why, in a world where artificial intelligence can track our sleep, guide our breathing, and remind us to pause, do so many of us still feel restless and overwhelmed? And why, even as technology grows smarter every day, do we often feel less in control of our own minds? These questions capture a tension at the heart of American life in 2025. On one hand, artificial intelligence is everywhere, inside our phones, our homes, even our workplaces, promising convenience and solutions. On the other, the human struggle with stress, uncertainty, and meaning persists. This is where the philosophy of Stoicism enters the conversation. The Stoics did not have AI, but they wrestled with the same restless mind. Their solution was not in external tools, but in internal discipline. Today, the opportunity is to bring these two together, the practical power of AI tools with the timeless wisdom of Stoic philosophy. Together, they may offer a way to navigate modern stress with clarity, calm, and resilience. In 2025 America, stress has become the silent epidemic. Surveys show that more than half of adults report high stress levels, citing financial uncertainty, job insecurity, digital overload, and political polarization. Gen Z and millennials in particular are reporting record levels of anxiety, driven by constant comparison on social media and fears about the future. Into this environment steps AI, apps that monitor heart rate and suggest meditation, chatbots that provide mental health support, platforms that guide journaling and reflection. These tools are impressive. They can nudge us to pause, remind us to breathe, or even simulate conversation when loneliness strikes. But technology, no matter how advanced, cannot change the core Stoic truth. Stress does not come from events themselves, but from our judgments about them. Without philosophy, AI risks becoming another distraction, another tool to optimize without addressing the deeper issue. With Stoicism, however, AI becomes a partner, a guide, a reminder of what is already within our control. Imagine a young professional in San Francisco, overwhelmed by deadlines. Their smartwatch vibrates, reminding them to take 3 deep breaths. Useful, yes, but without Stoic reflection, the act becomes just another box to check. Now imagine the same person guided not only by the app, but by Marcus Aurelius' wisdom. If you are distressed by anything external, the pain is not due to the thing itself, but to your estimate of it. In that moment, the tool is not the cure, the philosophy is. The AI creates the pause, but Stoicism fills it with meaning. Together, they transform stress management from a mechanical exercise into a discipline of resilience. The integration of AI and Stoicism is not about outsourcing wisdom to machines. It is about using technology as a mirror to practice philosophy. For example, journaling apps now use AI to analyze mood and patterns. A Stoic approach would use those insights to ask, what judgments am I making that create unnecessary stress? A chatbot offering cognitive behavioral prompts can be enhanced with Stoic reflection. What is within my control and what is not? An AI-guided meditation can be paired with Stoic visualization, imagining adversity in advance to reduce fear. Each tool becomes stronger when paired with philosophy, and philosophy becomes more accessible when supported by technology. But there are dangers if AI is used without wisdom. Americans already struggle with over-reliance on technology. If we let AI dictate our every move, we risk becoming passive, outsourcing not only tasks but also agency. Stoicism guards against this by insisting that the ultimate responsibility for calm lies within. No app can make you wise, no chatbot can live your life. Tools are aids, not masters. Marcus Aurelius would remind us, you have power over your mind, not outside events. AI is an outside event. It can support, but it cannot replace the work of self-mastery. This is the balance Americans must strike in 2025, embracing the benefits of AI while holding firmly to Stoic responsibility. The American workplace provides a clear example of this balance. Many companies are adopting AI wellness tools to monitor employee stress, offering dashboards and recommendations. But unless employees also embrace Stoic practices, setting boundaries, practicing perspective, and focusing on virtue, the data alone does little. Numbers without philosophy are empty. The combination, however, is powerful. Imagine an employee who sees their stress metrics spike on the AI dashboard. Instead of panicking, they recall Stoic discipline. I cannot control the deadlines, but I can control my effort and my response. The AI reveals the trend. Stoicism provides the strength to act wisely. Together they create resilience. This combination is especially powerful for Gen Z, who are both digital natives and seekers of meaning. They already use AI tools daily, whether for sleep tracking, mindfulness apps, or digital therapy platforms. What they crave is not just optimization, but depth. Stoicism provides that depth, reminding them that tools are temporary, but character is eternal. A Gen Z student using an AI journaling app could pair prompts with Seneca's nightly reflections. A young worker practicing AI-guided breathing could recall Epictetus' teaching to focus only on what is within. By weaving philosophy into technology, Gen Z can transform stress management into character building. Another benefit of combining AI and Stoicism is accessibility. Not everyone can afford traditional therapy or retreats, but AI tools, widely available and often free, can democratize access to stress management practices. The risk is shallow use, the opportunity is deep integration. If paired with Stoic teachings, many of which are freely available online, AI becomes a bridge to wisdom. A chatbot reminding you to pause can link to Marcus Aurelius' meditations. A journaling app can include Stoic quotes alongside mood tracking. This fusion ensures that modern tools are not just efficient, but wise. Of course, skeptics will ask, can ancient philosophy really coexist with modern AI? The answer lies in recognizing that both address the same human struggle. The Stoics faced plagues, wars, and political instability without technology, yet they sought peace of mind. We face digital overload and AI-driven futures, yet our need for peace is the same. Stoicism provides the timeless framework. AI provides the timely support. Together, they meet the challenge of stress in 2025 America. The rise of artificial intelligence in mental health has created both excitement and anxiety. On one hand, Americans now have access to tools that can monitor stress, provide coping strategies, and even offer supportive conversations 24/7. On the other, many worry that relying on machines for emotional well-being may weaken human resilience. This tension mirrors a central theme in Stoicism, the balance between external aids and internal mastery. The Stoics welcomed tools and resources, but insisted that true strength came from within. In 2025, the challenge is the same. AI can provide valuable support, but without Stoic wisdom, it risks becoming just another dependency. Consider the example of AI-driven meditation apps. They guide users through breathing exercises, mindfulness sessions, and calming sounds. These can be genuinely helpful, but the Stoic layer transforms the practice. Instead of seeing meditation as an escape from stress, the Stoics saw it as preparation for life. Marcus Aurelius meditated not to run away from his duties, but to face them with clarity. When Americans use AI meditation today, pairing it with Stoic reflection, reminding themselves of what they can and cannot control, turns the exercise into resilience training. The AI provides the structure. Stoicism provides the substance. Another example is AI journaling tools. These platforms analyze mood through writing, highlight patterns of anxiety, and suggest themes for reflection. Useful insights, yes, but what do they mean without philosophy? A Stoic would use the data to ask, am I anxious because of external events, or because of my judgments about them? What fears are real, and which are imagined? This practice echoes Seneca's nightly reflections, where he examined the day with honesty, but without condemnation. The AI shows the patterns, but Stoicism teaches the interpretation. This combination allows modern Americans to move beyond data collection into wisdom cultivation. AI therapy chatbots also play a growing role. While they are not substitutes for professional therapy, they can offer immediate support when loneliness strikes. For men, in particular, who often hesitate to reach out, this can be a lifeline. But again, the Stoic frame matters. Epictetus reminded his students that the opinions of others are not in our control. If a chatbot echoes this wisdom, encouraging users to focus on their own choices rather than others' judgments, it can reinforce resilience. In this sense, AI becomes not just a comfort, but a philosophical partner. Yet we must acknowledge the risks. If Americans lean too heavily on AI, they may avoid the deeper work of self-reflection. An app cannot live your life for you. A chatbot cannot carry your burdens. Stoicism insists on this truth. The responsibility for peace lies within. Marcus Aurelius warned himself daily not to blame others, not to depend on external things, but to master his own mind. AI can help create the pause, but only philosophy can fill it with meaning. Without that discipline, technology risks becoming just another distraction, calming us briefly without changing us deeply. In the workplace, where stress levels remain high, the integration of AI wellness tools has become common. Companies now track employee well-being, offering dashboards with stress scores and productivity suggestions. But numbers alone cannot solve burnout. The Stoic perspective reframes the data. If stress levels are high, the question is not only how to reduce them, but how to interpret them. Are you anxious because of deadlines? Then ask, have I done what is in my control today? If yes, then let go of the rest. The AI provides awareness, but Stoicism provides freedom. Together, they create healthier workplaces, not by eliminating all stress, but by teaching resilience within it. Gen Z stands at the center of this integration. As digital natives, they are comfortable using AI for nearly everything: education, entertainment, even therapy. But they also crave authenticity and meaning. For them, Stoicism offers depth that technology alone cannot provide. Imagine a Gen Z student using an AI journaling app. Each night, the app asks about their mood. But alongside the prompt, they also read a Stoic quote: "Man is disturbed not by things, but by the views he takes of them." This pairing connects data with philosophy, making reflection richer. The student does not just record anxiety, they challenge its roots. This is the kind of integration that can truly change lives. Accessibility is another powerful benefit of AI. Traditional therapy can be expensive, limited, or stigmatized, but AI tools bring basic support into every home. For rural Americans, veterans, or low-income families, this can be transformative. Yet without Stoicism, there is the risk of shallow solutions. Stoic philosophy ensures that the tools are not just palliative, but transformative. A simple chatbot that encourages reflection on control and acceptance can echo teachings that have guided humans for centuries. In this way, AI democratizes not only therapy, but philosophy itself. Still, ethical concerns remain. Some fear that corporations will exploit stress data for profit, or that over-reliance on AI will erode genuine human connection. Here, Stoicism again provides balance. Epictetus would remind us, external tools can be used wisely or poorly, but their existence is not in our control. What is in our control is how we engage with them. If Americans approach AI with discipline, setting boundaries and remembering that wisdom lies within, they can benefit without being enslaved. If they forget this, then AI risks becoming another master. The Stoic task is to remain free in spirit, even while using modern tools. The paradox is clear. Technology promises to reduce stress, but it can also create it. Notifications, constant availability, and comparison already weigh heavily on Americans. Adding AI tools could either compound the noise or create clarity. Stoicism tips the scale. By teaching us to filter, to pause, to focus only on what matters, it ensures that AI becomes a servant rather than a master. The technology may evolve rapidly, but the human task remains the same: to govern the mind, to live with virtue, and to accept what lies beyond control. So as we explore the role of AI in managing stress, the lesson is not to reject it, but to integrate it wisely. Let AI track your heart rate, but let Stoicism remind you that fear is often imagination. Let AI guide your breathing, but let Stoicism remind you that calm is a choice. Let AI provide prompts, but let Stoicism provide interpretation. Together, they form a partnership, a bridge between modern innovation and ancient wisdom. In 2025 America, where stress is high and solutions are many, this partnership may be the key to real resilience. When we think about the future of stress management in America, the picture is both hopeful and complicated. Artificial intelligence offers tools that past generations could not have imagined. 24/7 digital companions, personalized wellness suggestions, instant reminders to breathe and reflect. At the same time, these tools highlight an old truth: no technology can replace the work of self-mastery. Anxiety does not vanish because an app tells us to relax. Stress does not disappear because a smartwatch tracks our heart rate. These tools can help, but they can only guide us to the threshold. Crossing it is our responsibility. This is where Stoicism reclaims its role as timeless wisdom. By combining the innovation of AI with the discipline of Stoicism, Americans in 2025 can build a culture where technology serves resilience rather than replaces it. The Stoics would remind us that every generation faces its own challenges. Marcus Aurelius dealt with plague and political turmoil. Epictetus lived through slavery and exile. Seneca endured betrayal and the threat of death. None of them had AI, but all of them faced stress. Their solution was not in external inventions, but in internal discipline. They wrote, reflected, and lived with courage. Today, AI simply provides new ways to practice the same habits. A journaling app echoes Seneca's nightly reflections. A breathing reminder mirrors Marcus's practice of returning to the present. A chatbot's encouragement resonates with Epictetus' teachings about control. Far from replacing Stoicism, AI extends it into the digital age. But we must also be cautious. If Americans treat AI as a replacement for wisdom, the result will be shallow calm, not real resilience. The danger is outsourcing not only tasks, but also responsibility. A person who relies entirely on a chatbot to manage stress may feel comfort in the moment, but without reflection, the anxiety will return. Stoicism insists that wisdom cannot be outsourced. It must be cultivated. This is the balance we face. Use AI as a tool, but never forget that the mind must lead. Marcus Aurelius would say, "You have power over your mind, not outside events." AI is an outside event. It can serve us, but it cannot save us. Only our choices, guided by philosophy, can do that. The promise of combining AI and Stoicism lies in accessibility. For many Americans, therapy is expensive, wellness retreats are unrealistic, and traditional practices feel out of reach. But AI puts tools in every pocket. A young worker in Chicago can reflect with a journaling app. A college student in Texas can practice AI-guided breathing. A veteran in Florida can chat with an AI support tool late at night. Each of these becomes more powerful when paired with Stoic reflection. The technology creates access. The philosophy provides depth. Together, they democratize resilience. No longer is calm reserved for the privileged. It becomes a practice anyone can pursue. We can already see this shift happening. Mindfulness apps are integrating Stoic quotes. Journaling platforms are recommending philosophical prompts. Wellness companies are exploring how ancient wisdom can enrich digital experiences. This is not coincidence. It is recognition that humans crave more than efficiency. They crave meaning. AI can provide information, but Stoicism provides interpretation. AI can provide prompts, but Stoicism provides principles. The marriage of the two meets both needs: structure and substance, guidance and grounding. For Gen Z, this integration is particularly powerful. As the most anxious yet most tech-savvy generation, they stand to benefit most. They already live in a world of AI companions, chatbots, and personalized apps. What they often lack is a philosophy to anchor them. Stoicism fills that gap. It tells them that while technology changes, the human struggle remains the same, and so does the solution. Courage, discipline, wisdom, and acceptance are as relevant now as they were 2,000 years ago. For a generation skeptical of shallow self-help, Stoicism offers depth. For a generation comfortable with AI, technology offers access. Together, they offer hope. The future of stress management will not be about choosing between technology and philosophy. It will be about integrating them wisely. AI can nudge us to pause, but Stoicism can teach us why the pause matters. AI can track our mood, but Stoicism can teach us how to interpret it. AI can remind us to reflect, but Stoicism can guide the reflection. This partnership ensures that modern Americans do not just feel calmer for a moment, but build resilience for a lifetime. And resilience is what we need most in a noisy, uncertain, rapidly changing world. So what does this mean for you, the person watching this? It means that peace is not as far away as it seems. You already have access to powerful tools in your pocket, on your wrist, on your desk. Use them, but do not stop there. Pair them with Stoic practice. Journal honestly. Reflect on control. Practice gratitude. Accept what cannot be changed. Each time you do, you transform stress into strength. Each time you choose wisdom over worry, you build resilience that no technology alone can provide. And this is where we close, with an invitation. The future is not about rejecting technology or clinging blindly to philosophy. It is about bringing them together, creating a path that is both modern and timeless. Artificial intelligence can help you manage stress, but Stoicism can help you live wisely. Together, they can guide you toward calm in a noisy world. If this message has resonated with you, if you are curious about how ancient wisdom can meet modern tools, then join us on this journey. Subscribe to Think Fresh Daily for more insights where philosophy meets technology, where timeless ideas meet today's challenges. Like this video if it gave you clarity. Share it with someone who is overwhelmed by stress and searching for balance in the digital age. Together, we can build a community that uses AI not as a crutch but as a companion, and Stoicism not as a relic but as a guide. The world will remain noisy. Technology will keep evolving. But with Stoicism in your heart and AI in your hand,